Hello and welcome everyone. I am Maddie, your homemade method coach, lead coach, and nutritionist, and I'm here joined by Almeda, and we are here to tell her story today about how she joined the homemade method and her results she's gotten in our membership. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah. So to kick things off, she joined back in August of this past year, 2024. And so just a few months into the program, and she's seen amazing results. Let's chat a little bit, Almina, about what life was like prior to joining our membership.
Wow. Okay. So prior to joining, I had been on a weight loss journey, hoping to lose some extra pounds. As I would say, I was growing around the waist and trying different methods to do that, and not being successful at it. It seemed like any program that I was trying, I would stay on it for a while, try to understand why I'm eating certain foods. And most of them didn't really instruct me well enough where I felt like I could eat more if I needed to or eat less. This program obviously allows for that. So I wasn't getting the results I wanted. And even though I was still wanting to lose weight, I was frustrated
Mm,
because I needed more understanding and I just wasn't getting it. I will be the first to say that I have been on many weight loss programs.
yeah,
And that really was one of the selling points when I heard Anna, when she said that she had done the same thing,
yeah,
because I felt like there was just not a program that was really going to guide me until I could get to a nutritionist. And that's where I really ended up before I got on this program, as I was about to go to a nutritionist. And knowing that I could talk to nutritionists in this program was
yeah.
kind of a selling point. So, yeah, that was life before. I was at the highest weight I had ever been. I will
Hmm.
not tell y'all how much that is
That's fine.
because it was not pleasant for me.
Mm.
And I was starting to have some physical issues.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier when we were chatting that you had severe knee pain and you could barely
Mhm.
walk.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so challenging. And you were diagnosed with osteoarthritis.
Yeah.
Did your doctor talk to you at all about like what to do to help avoid the pain that comes with osteoarthritis?
Well, where I started was going to what I would call a specialist, and
Yeah.
he basically said to me, there's certain exercises that you could do,
Mm,
but really, really nothing beyond that. He told me
yeah.
that he really didn't know what the plan was going to be for me,
Mm,
because when they would do an X-ray of me, the knee, or excuse me, the bones themselves did not look unhealthy. What he
mm,
was seeing was the joint, and there was a lot of inflammation there.
yeah.
So that was my first trip to him. My second trip was in dire need because I was going to a special event for my mom and dad, and being a host. They were we were celebrating their 60th wedding anniversary.
It's so
And
important. It's a big
yes,
one.
I needed to be up and walking. And I had a
Yeah.
bout with my knee again and couldn't walk. Literally, my knee blew out. Never had that happen before in my life. And he had to give me a cortisone shot.
Yeah.
Well, instant relief, quite happy about that. But again, I asked the question, where are we going with this?
Yeah.
Because I haven't ever had knee issues. And he goes, I don't know. Those were his words.
Oh,
Okay. So this is supposed to be a specialist guiding me down this path. And he basically said, let's just see how it goes.
yeah.
So I got through that episode fearful, went to, the event, had a great time, came home, seemed to be rocking along really good. And then March rolls around. So, from September to March, my other knee gives me a fit. Well, at that point, I decided to go a different route. I went to my regular doctor, wanted to see what
Yeah.
he had to say. And he was able to get me down a path where I could do some exercises. He was more specific on ways to do some self healing. And
Yeah.
that kind of encouraged me to start thinking more about that process without, some of the methods of medicine
Yeah.
to
More
heal my
holistically.
body. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm so grateful that happened because we actually have a whole video on this topic of how to eat to help your body manage our osteoarthritis symptoms, and reducing inflammation through food is such a huge part of that. So I'm so grateful you're here. Um, and I know that you've shared a little bit about your story. I know that so many other women are dealing with like high levels of pain, especially in their joints, and like not receiving a whole lot of guidance from their doctors about like what they can do to heal this issue. It's just a Band-Aid fix with a cortisone shot or like daily pain meds. So I'm so happy you're here. Let's talk a little bit about what you've seen in terms of your results
Mhm.
in the membership and what your pain levels have dropped to, because you mentioned
Well,
it, and I
yeah,
was so impressed.
that was a huge win with this program.
Yeah.
I saw an ad on Facebook that Anna did about Ozempic. This again was kind of in that early phase of most of us hearing about what it could do for you. And I'm sure this came from one of the ladies that's in the program that said, if I hear one more person ask me about using this, well, I was getting to that point of, do I need to be medicated to lose weight?
Yeah.
I am not, I'm in my later 50s now. I'm actually 58. And I kept thinking, I got to do something. My husband and I are getting ready to retire. We've got about, 3 more years into this before we both retire. And
Hmm.
I don't want to be laid up taking medicine. I can barely keep up with vitamins. I'm just not that kind of person. And so what can I do to improve it? Well, I was drawn in by the fact that I can eat because I do enjoy eating.
Me too.
Um, that the inflammation was talked about in that video. And I'm like, oh, that's huge. That's what I've been dealing with. So I went all in when I started this program. I knew there was science behind it, didn't fully understand it, but loved the aspects of this program. And what I found in even the first 2 weeks of being on this program is my knee pain was almost non existent. Now, I still get it some, but honestly, I feel like I was before I had that episode where it's manageable. And listening to the videos, I'm still going through those videos. Those are important to me. Cooking the food, staying on that as close as I can. And I do have moments where I don't, but I try to stay there. And then really paying attention to myself. This was a new concept for me. The whole listening side was huge
Yes.
because I'm a social person. And when I'm around food, I'm socializing with other people. Well, now I'm totally confident when I don't want to eat anything. And that's huge for me. And I really believe all of that combined is what has helped me start losing weight, which is a wonderful aspect of this. But more importantly, I have full functionality now. And I'm not dealing with that pain like I was before. And I feel, I can get up out of bed and not feel like I'm going to be wincing every time I walk. So, yes, the benefits of learning this food, what this food does for you, learning how to appreciate me and focus on my body's needs, that's a whole new way of life for me. And I don't plan to quit because it's working.
Yeah. Oh, this is like brings so much joy to me. The fact that you were able to significantly reduce your joint pain in your knees. You feel confident when you're out and about. You're not stressing about food. You can
No,
be in a social situation and enjoy yourself and like enjoy some food, but not be, it's not like constantly like eating at your
yeah,
brain, right? There's no food noise there.
right,
Um, which
right.
is really, really incredible. And I love that you are fully functional. You're able to move around, be, you know, getting up, getting down, like all those things.
Yeah,
You mentioned you lived with your grandson, and I bet I know that kiddo is probably has a lot of energy and
he
moves around
does.
a lot, and you're able to be more present with him because of this,
That's right.
which
Yeah.
is so important, right? That's what life is worth. It's a huge
It
joy.
is what it's about. You
Yeah.
look at where you are and what's going on, and it's like, can I enjoy myself or not? And you just hit on something that maybe I didn't realize I was saying, but being able to go out and be confident in what I eat, how much I eat, etc., is such a release. Because when you think about dieting, you're constantly thinking about, well, can I have this? Can I have that? I don't think about that now because I kind of know what I should eat. And then I just go for those kind of foods.
I love it.
Yeah, I have, I have some of the stuff that is going to be more calorie dense at times, but for the most part, I just feel like I'm more comfortable in me in how I do things now.
Yeah, you have confidence in your healthy eating habits because you've put the time and effort into it and you've built a foundation that works for you
Yeah.
long term. This is amazing. Um, okay. So many great wins. Let's talk about some of the numbers as well. How much weight have you lost? And have you seen any other like your body shift size at all?
Well, I've lost 13 pounds so far.
Amazing.
I've lost 2 inches off of my waist.
Amazing.
Um, I have noticed now, I didn't mention this earlier about my physical well-being, but I broke my leg pretty severely around COVID. I've never had a broken bone in my body. And so the leg that I broke that, I'm now walking on well, tends to hold a lot of water weight. I could see some swelling, and my doctor told me that would happen. I
Yeah.
don't see as much of that now. So that's another good sign of what's going on here. So I know that it all kind of goes together from the inflammation side. Um,
Yes.
my A1C is high because the last time that I had that checked was a year ago.
Hmm.
I think they told me I'm at a 6. Now, I know it varies on what that really means,
Yeah.
but I don't want it to be there anymore. I want it to go
Yes.
down. And when I started looking in history, it's been creeping up slowly.
Yeah.
So my mother is currently a diabetic.
Hmm.
She is in her mid 80s,
Hmm.
and she's so regulated with, checking her blood sugar. I've been trying to nudge her about this program because I know it would
Yeah.
help her.
Yeah.
But teaching an 80-year-old, 80 plus year old how to do things a little differently can be challenging.
Especially as her daughter, she might.
Yes. And I don't, yeah, because it can be frustrating, but
Yeah.
I don't want to live that life. And
Yes.
she knows that. She's talked to me, well, you're headed there. But
You're not anymore though.
no, no, the goal
Yeah,
is to not go there.
I actually have full confidence that since you joined in August, like by the time April rolls around and you get your blood drawn for your annual labs, that you'll see a decrease in your A1C because you're getting all the other signs that you're doing the right thing, right? Your inflammation is down, your mobility is up, you are feeling more energetic, you're losing weight, you're losing inches. And all of that is to say that your body's entire system and all the systems within it are able to do their job better.
Yes,
Um, and yeah, so I think you'll see an improvement in your A1C. And as you continue to heal your body, it'll just continue to drop and you'll go from being diabetic to pre-diabetic and then reversing it. It's
that's
totally possible. Yeah.
fantastic news. I'm going to hold you to
Yeah, I have total faith. Yeah, I'm not worried about you. You're doing great. Um, and yeah, I think that it can be inspiring to see folks who had something so intense, like not being able to walk because of such intense knee pain, shift into like moving around easily with a little kid, which
Yeah,
takes a
absolutely.
lot out of your body and is hard on your joints, right?
Right.
So I'm so grateful you were willing to talk to us today and tell us about your story. It's very
Sure.
inspiring, and I look forward to seeing what your next lab results are and celebrating with you.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you everyone who tuned in.